Okay, how are we all? Coach Mike here. At the request of many, I have been asked to start to narrate my written emails that I send to massive workouts every single week. Makes sense. Not everyone likes to read long ass emails written by me. Also being mindful of the fact that some people might be time poor and they don't have the time to sit down and flick through it all. So for me to be able to provide another format in order for people to receive my newsletters, I think that's a great idea. It also provides, a different vibe to it. You guys don't really understand my tone when I write my emails. So for me to be able to speak through it almost feels like I'm coaching you guys face to face, but really I'm not, which is unfortunate. So if you do want to check out how I coach, you know where to find me, Massive Workouts. But without rambling, here we go. Starting off with weekly newsletter number 1. This was written on New Year's of 2022. So I wrote this 10 months ago, implying that I have been consistently writing weekly newsletters for 10 months. I was writing emails before that, but they weren't as consistent as they are now coming into 2022. One of my goals was to write more consistently. And it's been going great. To think that I have 10 months worth of written content. I actually don't even know how the hell I have that much to say. But the fact that it's now in October and I've been writing every single week, that's pretty crazy. So there are quite a few newsletters for me to read through. I think the best format for me to do this, I'll always read through it first. After I finish reading it, I'll give a quick recap or summary, and then I will provide my thoughts and feelings on what I've written. Maybe my thoughts have changed ever since writing it. Maybe I'll be able to provide a bit more context, or I don't know, just to give extra information where I can. So without further ado, weekly newsletter number 1, Happy New Year. This is a nice photo. Love it. Hey, we hope you have had a well-deserved Christmas and New Year break. Feels damn good to be stepping back into the gym, back into routine, and feeling mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared for another year ahead of us. Sure, we might have fallen off the horse a little with our diet and training over Christmas and New Year, but that time of the year only comes once. 2 weeks represents only a small fraction of the full annual picture, and it doesn't hurt us in the long term if we strategize and plan the right way. Now that it's passed, it's time for us to all get our heads back into the game and launch into new heights for the year. Expect to see weekly newsletters being issued this year. It's a great way for us to tell you what's going on in the world of massive workouts, and it gives us a platform to update and educate you on the latest with our 5 pillars of performance: sleep, nutrition, recovery, training, and mindset. So here is a recap of week 1 with massive workouts. Coach Mike here. Although it was a week that was shortened by the public holiday, we managed a handful of sessions which gave me the platform to dive deep into the technical side of coaching. A great way to set the intentions clearly for the start of the year and also the term. So if you didn't catch me this week, here's a recap. Point number 1, take action now. A new year tends to bring with it a high motivation cycle. There's something about a new year that fuels so many of us with the drive and motivation to take ownership of the new year. However, it comes at a cost. Most people don't see through their new year goals by the end of the month because they haven't taken any actionable steps to progress their goals. If you've got a goal, the best thing you should do is to vocalize it and share it with somebody who will hold you accountable for your goals. To Team Massive, now is the perfect time to book in a chat with your coaches and get the ball rolling. Just remember, thought has no real meaning if it's not followed by action. Point number 2, mindset matters. There are usually 2 categories of people when the new year rolls in: the go-getters and the ones who dwell on the gluttony of their Christmas and New Year break. Guilty, and come back with the mindset of thinking they are not as capable as they were before the Christmas and New Year break. Don't get me wrong here. For some, those extra few calories can be a small hindrance, but for the vast majority, Training is not something that's foreign to us. For most of us, this isn't day one of training. There are hours upon hours, months and even years of training under our belts. All the effort and hardship invested into building up to who you are today. One of the most damaging things you could do to yourself at the start of the year is to see otherwise and to write off the first few weeks of the year just because you don't feel fully capable. We'll be the first to say that you are more than capable and ready. All it takes is a simple reframing of the mindset. So rather than dwelling on it, one way that you can think about it is the last few weeks were my well-deserved break. Yeah, I ate and drank a little more than usual, but I also got to sleep more, relax, and spend time with my family and friends. This break has now made me feel rejuvenated and ready to take off the party pants and put on the hard hat. That is the engineer in me speaking. I'm now ready to take on the new year of training. Fair? Point number 3, smarter athletes get better results. Educating you is always at the forefront of my coaching ethos. What would hurt me the most is if you left massive workouts without any new piece of information or any strategies to make you a better athlete. From observation, the high-performing athletes do one thing really well. They're able to look at any workout on the board, dissect it, and understand exactly what is required of them and how to deliver the workout in the most efficient and effective way possible. They know when to push harder and when to pull back a little bit. They know how to manipulate a workout advantageously and use recovery to their benefit. They also choose appropriate weights and appropriate exercises, all with the intention of targeting muscle groups and or energy systems the way in which they want. They walk out of the gym ultimately feeling empowered. Sounds crazy, but it isn't. Trust me. All it takes is a little bit of thoughtfulness in each workout, a very basic level of understanding of exercise movement and human movement, and a damn good coach. Tooting my own horn here. What can I say? Must be a really good coach. If these are some of the things that you haven't thought about yet during a workout, now is the best time to shift your perspective on training and to start thinking about how you can achieve more effectiveness from your workouts. Need a place to start? Ask me or any of the coaches for some help. That's the email. Here we have Frida. On the bike erg, my least favorite of the 3. That's rower, ski, and bike, by the way. My least favorite. So, email number 1. Quick recap. Take action now. Yep. Thought has no real meaning if it's not followed by action. Wherever you are, just start. Take action. Take the initiative to just go out there and do it. Just do it. It's literally the slogan of Nike. Nike, if you are listening to this somehow, some way, please sponsor me. I am the biggest advocate of your brand. I am literally always head to toe Nike. The only thing that isn't Nike on me right now is my glasses. Do Nike even make glasses? That's not the point. But just take action wherever you are. The worst thing you can do is to let things marinate in your head, start to overthink, start to overassume. The longer you leave things, the less likely you're going to get them done. The quote is, the journey of 1,000 miles, 1,000 steps, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Just commit yourself. The worst thing that can happen is you'll learn a few lessons along the way. There's no such thing as failure. If you go out there and go after what it is that you want to do and things don't turn out the right way, that's a lesson. Always a lesson. And it's a learning experience that will help better inform you for the future. I agree with the first point. Point number 2, mindset matters. Yep. This doesn't even happen on New Year's. This literally happens every single week. At the start of every single week, I will always ask Team Massive how their weekend was. And there's always a small group of people who will say, I ate and drank so much on the weekend. That led me to poor sleep. I don't feel good today, etc., etc. That's all warranted. Life happens to us. That's fine. Can't avoid these things. I used to be on that boat where all I would do was eat clean, avoid going out, try to take care of my body. But that's not living life. If you live life eating chicken breast and broccoli till the day you die, something is wrong with you. If you were here right now, I would be shaking the living shit out of you. Life is there to be lived, and sometimes there's going to be small hurdles and speed bumps along the way. But it's all about reframing the mindset, and I've written about it here. Sometimes a lot of us take situations out of context. We only see it through a single lens, which is our own perspective, and it's very biased. So to be able to reframe the mind is a very powerful tool, and it's something I speak about to Team Massive all the time. So in the context of this email here, during the Christmas and New Year break, most people are going to eat and drink a whole lot more. Some people might put on some weight. From a coach's perspective, that's all fine for me, honestly speaking, because when do people get the chance to rest and not have to stress? Very rarely, usually always at the end of the year. This is like the time for you to just relax, not have to think about the stresses of everyday life, not have to think about work. Pretty much at this time of the year, everyone's on break, so it's a great time for you guys to socialize, to catch up with friends and family. And you know what? From a performance perspective, all the calories that are being ingested at this time of the year can contribute to performance anyways. Like for me, people are notorious undereaters. So for you guys to go through a period of time where you're eating more, to me, like that's probably beneficial. Like, and if you factor into account that most people are getting better sleep at the end of during the end of the year period as well, like sleep underpins performance. That's why it's the first pillar. So for people to be eating more and sleeping more, that from a recovery perspective is super important. And what I'm imagining is during stressful periods during the year, people going through, let's say, end of financial year, they're not eating much, they're not sleeping much. There's more risk involved with that than people just eating a whole bunch more calories at the end of the year. But like I said, all it takes is a simple reframing of the mindset. And I feel like the better you guys can get at this, the easier life becomes. Rather than being reactive, rather than only seeing things through a single lens, being able to adopt different perspectives or being able to look at things in a different light, it opens your mind up a whole lot more. You're more aware of things, and overall, like the way you approach and handle situations is a lot more effective and productive. So yes, agree with point number 2. Last point, smarter athletes get better results. Damn right, I still say this every single week. I swear I say it at least once. The smart athletes just know how to break down a workout and deliver it in the most effective way possible. A lot of people fall into the trap of just going into a workout, not thinking about it, doing as they're told, and not really getting the full benefit of the workout because I don't know where their mind is. That 1 hour that you spend in the gym is literally that 1 hour of the day that you get to think about nothing other than yourself. So if you practice a bit more mindfulness, it's going to help you so much inside the gym. I've written here that the smart athletes can dissect a workout and they know exactly when to push and pull back a little bit and manipulate the workout to their advantage. If I can give a quick example of this, let's say you have a moving circuit, as many rounds as you can in 12 minutes. It's a 400 meter run. After the 400 meter run, you go straight into barbell thrusters. That's a barbell in the rack position here. Squat and press, that's 1 rep or 1 thruster. After you do 10 thrusters, you go straight into burpee over box. So box jump and then burpee, box jump, burpee for 10 reps. And then you finish it off with 15 sit-ups. The normal person or the person who isn't thinking about the workout will go in 400 meter run, 15 barbell thrusters, 10 burpee box jumps, 15 sit-ups in 12 minutes. Fuck! I'm going to run 400 meters. By the time I get back from the run, I'm going to be so gassed. I go straight into thrusters. My legs are going to get cooked, and then I have to do burpees and box jumps. I'm going to be so cooked. and then I have to do sit-ups before I go straight back into another run. Most people think like that. They look at a workout on the board and they panic. They poop their pants a little bit, as I say in class. But the smart athletes, they'll look at this hypothetical circuit and say, all right, 400 meter run, that's an opportunity for me to breathe, get any sort of fatigue out of my legs from the previous round of doing thrusters and box jumps. And it's just me time. I get to think about what I want the next round to look and feel like. By the time they get back from that 400 meter run and they hop into thrusters, they get through the thrusters and the box jump with burpees, which are the two hardest exercises in this hypothetical circuit because it's very heavy loading through the legs. They get through those two exercises and then they say, I'm on sit-ups now, which isn't a physically demanding exercise. I can use it as an opportunity to recover. No one gets gassed out doing sit-ups. People go through their sit-ups and they can breathe. It's not like they've got something pushing against their chest or they're having to work, let's say, 20 calories on the rower or something. It's a fairly straightforward exercise. The smart athletes know that the sit-ups is the recovery exercise, and then they go into the run, which is also kind of like a recovery exercise. So really the work only exists when you're doing the thrusters and the box jumps and the burpees. The smart athlete has taken the time to assess the workout and they know exactly where they should be pushing pace and slowing down a little bit in order to recover. That's just an example, but like I said, the smart athlete works the workout to their advantage and then they walk out of the gym feeling empowered. It's something that takes a little practice. No one's perfect at it, but the more you can apply thoughtfulness when it comes to training, the easier things start to become because you've made proper judgment based on your own skill set or your own level of performance. To be able to do that is a really powerful tool. So again, I agree with point number 3. Do I have anything to add? Not really. I think I've covered it all. I hope as we continue to go through the newsletters that I'm able to dive deeper and not agree with everything that I've written, because that would be a mighty shame if I read through 10 months worth of emails and said, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy is 10 out of 10. No, I don't want that to happen. I hope I'm able to read over some stuff and either provide more context or sit back and go, what the hell is this guy thinking? But yeah, that is newsletter number 1. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was kind of fun. Looking forward to doing weekly newsletter number 2. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. I'm just kidding. I don't even know if this is going on YouTube. This is a little trial for me. But don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell for more epic content. Or should I say massive content. Thank you, thank you, thank you.